to our latest episode in the Alchemy Lounge, and I have a gorgeous guest with us today who's one of my faves in the industry, who I've been stalking for quite some time and worked with on and off as well. So welcome, gorgeous Cassie Howard. I will let you introduce yourself to our lovely listeners. For anyone who has been living under a rock and doesn't know who you are, do you want to introduce yourself?
I hate introducing myself. I want to start with that.
I hate it too.
I because I'm like, where do I start? Hello everyone. I feel like I'm in like what is it called? Like you do one of those group circles in school. It's like everybody go around the circle and introduce yourself. And I'm like, hi, my name is Cassie and I'm a business coach. Like I don't know what else to say. Like my story is so big and vast. Like I could talk forever. So I'll just say, hello, I'm Cassie. Nice to meet you. I'm a business coach and I help women, but everyone, but specifically women a lot of the time, make millions of dollars on the internet using their own personality, just being themselves.
Yes, and that is such a big thing, I think, about you and your brand is it is using you and your personality, and your evolution has been like, it's wild. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been in your world, I think, since about 2022, I think. But even since then, like watching your evolution, the way that you shifted and the way that you express yourself online has changed massively. So we'll talk a little bit about that, because the Cassie that you are online, I love, and I'm here for it. And it is kind of freaky and kind of wild.
Yeah.
Where has she come from? Is this the real Cassie that maybe you were hiding a little bit before?
Yes, 100%. And it's funny because I've always said to be yourself online. I've always said that. That's always been the core of my brand.
Yeah.
But as I was like this year specifically, as I was doing some digging into myself and into the business and what I was seeing in the market, but also just my own stuff, I realized there were certain parts that I kept to myself. And I justified it where it was like, well, some things are just not meant to be shared. Some things are meant to be private. Some things are meant only for my close family and friends. And it's like, the more I said it, the more annoyed I got with myself. Like, why aren't these people online? Like your people, like why wouldn't you be fully yourself with them? And I realized that I still had this fear of judgment, or fear of like this fear that I've had since I was a little kid of people not liking me, which is silly because again, I tell people, not everybody's gonna like you, just be yourself anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like I couldn't internalize that fully myself until I was like, I have to just let them see everything. And I remember telling my best friend who's known me for like decades and isn't in this industry, she's like, you know, they're gonna lose their mind, right? When they see who you really like, you know, some people are gonna be really weirded out. She's like, I'm used to it. But most people don't, like, they're not used to it. It's going to freak them out. And I was like, I know, and maybe this is just me pushing 40 now. Like I'm going to be 40 in January. And I've heard that in 40, you don't give a fuck. So I was like, maybe I'm like getting into this place of like, don't like me then. You're lost, you know, like whatever. And I just started to expose these parts of me that I had kept hidden. And some of these parts I'd actually realized I kept hidden from everyone. Like it was just me who would know these things. Like even my husband was just like, where is this coming from? Like it's kind of always been there, like always. I just buried it so nobody knew. So I didn't want people to send me away for being crazy. And the more I've done it, the more free I felt, and the more I've had people say to me, like, thank God for you. Like, thank God that you have showed up and just let us see all of it. And yes, there's people who don't like it. There's people who left, unfollowed. I expected that. It's fine. But most of the response that I've gotten is, I'm so glad that you're doing this. It makes me want to be more me. And that's the best feeling in the world for me.
Yeah, for sure. And I've taken that from it as well, because I think we've all been guilty of having a bit of a mask, and especially when it does come to social media and not being fully ourselves. And even now I'm still like hiding a little bit. And it's like, why are we doing that? And it does go back to being a kid and like, yeah, I didn't fit in at all. And there's a reason I'm not in touch with anyone from school or college or like any of that.
Yeah.
But they're not our people.
Yeah.
So okay.
It's like we're living our life for people that we hung out with many, 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 many years ago. Like, why?
I don't even like them. It's okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
how did you find it to, sometimes I found like with all the noise and especially in the coaching industry, and some coaches do try and make you into like a mini version of them. And there's a lot of copycats out there. We see it all the time. Everyone sounds the same. How do you remember which voice is actually yours and find that again when you've got so lost?
I think, like, for me personally, I never had that issue. I always knew what was my voice versus other people's voices, including my own mentors. I think we all take bits and pieces from our mentors, and that's normal. And I think that's okay, because that's how we learn and evolve. And I think that's how we really find our real voice. But for me, I've always just kind of known, like, she says it like that, I'd probably say it like this, but I probably shouldn't say it like that because XYZ. Like, I know what I want to say. I know my voice. But I think for most people, what I would say is, think about if you were just writing in your journal. Nobody's going to read it ever. Like, you're not even talking to a best friend, which is a typical example, but you're writing in a journal. Nobody is going to read it. What would you say? That's your voice.
I like that. That's a really good way of looking at it, because yeah, we can get bogged down, I think, by too many people. And I feel like you're a good, like, you can sense the bullshit. You can see it when people aren't being the real version of them. Is there anyone, I don't know whether you can name names or not, anyone that you know, either that you've coached or that you've worked with, that you see online and you see what they're saying and what they're sharing, and it's just not real, it's not true?
Well, name names. I mean, can I think of people? Fuck yeah, I got a nice big long list of people, but I also don't really want to call them out in that way, because I don't think a lot of people are doing it on purpose. I don't want to like upset them intentionally. But what I do see is there's a lot of people who are, I gotta word this the right way. They're well known, but they're not like at the tippy top well known.
Yeah.
But they follow the people at the tippy top, and they're usually been coached by them. And most of them have also worked with me, and most of them are not the same person on the internet that you see behind the scenes, like the real person. And it frustrates me, and I talk about this sometimes, like how frustrating it is. But the reason it frustrates me so much is because it's just sad. I'm like, why? Like, I know who you are. Like, I love this version. I don't love that version, because I know that's not real. And people are trying to, I think, appear a certain way online, and to appear that way, they have to dumb down parts of themselves or hide certain parts of themselves. But then they come into a mentorship container, and the mentor actually sees them. And it's like, why aren't you sharing this? Why aren't you telling this story? Why aren't you sharing those pictures? Why are you saying it like that instead of the way you said it to me? And that's the most frustrating part, because my ultimate goal is for people to get rich being themselves. And you can't do that when you're hiding. You just can't. Not to the extent that is possible for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's, people have this misconception, and I've seen it with my clients as well, that it's like, well, I can't be me. And it's like, well, you must be you, because otherwise, you know, you're not going to find your people, and you're not going to be able to share your real magic, which is a shame. And that's not okay.
That's the biggest thing. Yeah, like, it's such a shame, because we're all looking for our people. We're all looking for people that we resonate with, or there's something about them that like activates something good in us. And we can't find those people if we're second guessing every single person on the internet. Like, is that really them? Is that really them? I've even worked with coaches who are not the same as they are online. Like, it's crazy to me. But I know that it's like, it's it's all smoke and mirrors. And that's the infuriating part, because it doesn't have to be. We can all still be wildly successful and rich and happy and all these things being ourselves. Like, look at artists and certain celebrities, like they're just being themselves. Like, look at Kanye. Kanye's a fucking loose cannon, but he's loaded. Number one, he loves himself. He's got people in his life that love him despite his crazy. Like just own it. Just own that you're crazy if you're crazy. Own that you're boring if you're boring. Like, just be you. I promise you, there's people who will love the shit out of you if it's the real you.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Is there anyone that you feel like, maybe those that are at the tippy top, that you think are actually in real life the complete opposite of what they're sharing themselves to be?
I don't know personally, but you know who I get really intense, like, red flags from is Tony Robbins.
No,
I don't know why.
I thought you were going to say him, and I've got.
I don't know why. I don't want to be like, no, I don't want to be like, I hate Tony Robbins. Like, I just get a feeling. I'm like, I think he's mean in person. I don't think he's nice. I have heard some stories from people that have said something like that, but I don't know personally, so I'm not going to say for sure this is the case. That's just my, like, red flag person. Sorry.
Yeah. A lot of people have that. It's so funny. I think I have a love for him because he inspired me to become a coach. I was like, look at what he does. That's awesome. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never met him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we don't know until we actually either meet them in person, or even I feel like we can tell if somebody's genuine just talking to them on the phone one-on-one. So like, until you have that conversation with somebody, you're just taking them for their word online that this is who they actually are. But nobody knows until they actually meet with that person.
Yeah, for sure. Is there anyone, like, in the tippy top that you would love to, like, collaborate with or work with?
Gary Vee.
Okay.
I think Gary Vee is pretty similar to me and how I do things.
I see that.
I would say Gary Vee. That's about it though. Like, I've obviously, Melanie is my human, so she'll always be my number one, and she's definitely right at the top in my opinion. Yeah. As she should be. But yeah, I would say Gary Vee for sure.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
You talk about money, obviously, a lot in your world, and it's very inspiring because you have done incredibly well financially. I would love to know what that felt like. Did it feel what you thought it would feel like?
Like I thought it would feel like. I don't know that I really thought about what it would feel like. It definitely didn't feel bad. I'll tell you that. It didn't feel bad. But I would say not so much the feeling, but how I reacted to it in terms of my habits and actions and things were not a match. Like, it wasn't what I thought it would be. Like, I thought once I start making $1 million a year, because I thought that was like a ton of money at the time. Once I start making $1 million a year, I'm going to have all my shit together. My taxes are going to be good. I'm going to have this and this and this. Turns out, no, like, my taxes were a shit show up until I did like multiple millions in a year. Like, it was still horrible. I still understand maybe 50% of what my accounting team is saying to me half the time. But I'm learning every year. I get better. But that, and then also saving, like, when I started to make a lot of money really quickly, it was kind of like how they describe lottery winners that are broke, and then all of a sudden they make or have a ton of money come in. They just go and blow it all. They're just like, I've never had this much money before. I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. And then they're just broke again after winning like millions and millions of dollars. And I had that experience multiple times where I made a whole bunch of money, super excited, proud of myself. Yay, I deserve this, and I deserve this, and I deserve this. I don't deserve to save, apparently. And I just would blow through all my money, and I'd get to the ground again and be like, oh shit, now I gotta go back up. So I personally had to have that lesson, learn that lesson like 3 or 4 times before I finally got my shit together and was like, okay, you can make a lot of money and spend a lot of money, but if you want to, but you also
Mhm.
have to be responsible with
Oh
money, which I don't
no.
want to be, but I got to be responsible. So I have, luckily, my husband is very much the responsible one when it comes to money, and so he has to reel me in sometimes, which is super annoying, but necessary. Because otherwise I will just like, I love to give gifts. I love to like fly my team places, and like we do events together. Like it's just, I like to give my money away, and I like to buy nice things for myself and for my people. And so I need to have somebody, which is luckily my husband, but also my accounting team, my legal team. They
Mm.
also are a little mean to me, which I need. I realized like
That's
they will be like,
fair.
stop doing that shit. You need to stop it. Knock it off. I realized that I need that kind of coaching in my life.
Yeah, someone's got to tell us.
Someone.
Okay, fine. How did
Yeah.
your husband like react? Because obviously you out him. Like, how did he react to you being like the one that brings in the most money?
Well, I was warned about this. I was like, some men will feel emasculated
Mm.
if their partner out earns them. So I was a little nervous about it, but I remember asking him one day, and he's like, why the fuck would I feel bad about that? This is great. Like, I don't have to
Yeah.
stress about money. I know that his dad really stressed about money a lot, and he worked hours and hours. Like he was barely home because he was working so much, providing for his family. And so I think like Richard just expected that as well. He expected that to be his life. And so when he ended up marrying somebody who's like, no, I want to make a shit ton of money, he's like, oh, phew, I don't have to go through that. So he's pretty happy about it. And he said that he never had any like ill feelings at all
Mm.
about it, which I'm really glad, because we would have had a problem, because I'm not stopping.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's a really common thing that I hear from women. It's like, well,
Yeah.
what if I then out earn my husband or my partner? And yeah, you don't want to make them feel a certain way. But I'm the same.
Yeah.
But to my husband, he's like, but then we go on more holidays and we travel more.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah. It's a
these
good
are all
thing.
good things.
Yeah. Yeah.
These are all positive.
Yeah.
On like the money side of things, and I know that this definitely does happen, do you feel, or have you seen anyone who's using their earnings as like a manipulative marketing kind of tactic to call in clients?
Manipulative? No, I don't see it as manipulative personally.
Mhm.
Have I seen people lie about their income? Yes, because they've told me one thing and
Oh,
posted something else. I've seen that. But do I think sharing money like that is manipulative? I don't. I
mhm.
don't see that personally, no.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know a lot of people have like shared things and then it's not actually like cash versus like sales and
Don't
all
even
this.
get me started on that. I swear I'll lose my mind. Cash versus sales drives me fucking nuts. And the thing, I want to say this though, so that people know, like, it's okay to celebrate
Yeah, of
sales. Like, it's
course.
okay. And you can even share publicly. Like, that's fine. But my issue is, and what I think is so just wrong and out of integrity, is when you do this intentionally, you share your sales, because
Mm.
obviously your sales numbers look bigger than what the cash numbers are, so it's more impressive. But
Mhm.
you know that people are thinking that that's cash received.
Yeah.
So essentially it's like you're lying to them on purpose. And I
Mm.
I just can't get behind that. So if you're going to share sales, just say this was in sales and this was in cash, because that's the other thing. People think it's like, okay, well, I said it was in sales. It's still not okay, because there's people who don't know the difference. They'll think
Yeah.
sales equals cash in. So you need to say, I made 100,000 in sales this month and 50 cash in. 50 cash in is fucking awesome. Like,
Yeah.
celebrate that. That's not something to be like, oh no, only $50,000. Like, that's amazing, but celebrate both and make it really clear. And I think people are just afraid that like their numbers aren't big enough or impressive enough. But what's going to be more impressive, because most people don't do this, is the fact that you were transparent. You told the truth. You're like this and this. Someone's like, I can trust them, because they didn't just say the sales number, which they could have, because that's what other people are doing.
Yeah, that's it. And I love that you always put on yours like, and cash.
Cash.
Make it
always.
explicit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it really clear. I love that. Other than money, what is like the next big thing that you're really like seeking, like in your personal life? Like what would you love to either achieve or experience? Like what's on the hit list for you?
Music.
Ooh.
Yeah, I even hesitate saying it. It makes me a little nervous because it's like if I say it, then it's real. People are gonna be like, "So, where is it?" And it's I've been working on it, and it's so much harder than I thought it would be. So much, like I just have such a big fucking ego, I guess, that I thought I was like, no problem, I'm gonna nail this. No, I won't. It's bad. Like I'm at the point now where I'm like, I think I need to bring in some help. Like it's bad. Like I know I can sing and that's fine, but that's not like, you need more than that. If you're going to be recording music, like I want to have my own music. I want to write my own lyrics and all of that. And it's really hard. It's really hard, but that's my next thing. That is my next thing. And I know that it's the right next thing for me.
I love that. So my next question was going to be, if you weren't doing this and you weren't in the coaching space, like what would you be doing? So I'm going to guess it's the music.
It's probably the music, but I think I would get bored with just that. I feel like it would have to be something online as well. And I also like, I'm not leaving coaching. Coaching is my passion. Like I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm just adding. I'm adding to it. I will coach you with a song.
I was going to say, you can serenade us at all times. That would be beautiful. I love that.
Yeah, I'm going to stand out so much just for that. The singing coach, like, come on.
There's right there. There is a niche. That's amazing. And on that line of like the creative side, like what does that give for you? Because that's the side that we don't necessarily see a lot of on Cassie. Like what does that bring for you?
What I realized this year, and other people have said this to me before, but I never got it. But I realized this year that I'm an artist. And I think I never used that word because when I would hear artist, I would think like paint, like art, right? I'm like, I'm not that. So thinking of all these different passions that I have, and the funny thing is I do actually paint. I'm just not good at it. But like I do all of these
You're still an artist.
Yeah, there you go. Like I still do all of these things, but calling myself an artist, it felt it felt kind of like I was wearing a mask, so I never used it. But now I use it and it feels like I'm wearing clothes that fit. Like that's what it is. Like I feel like, okay, that's it. I'm not just a business coach. But then it's like if I say I'm an artist, then it's like I have to explain what that means. And so I'm still working on that part because being an artist for me is like, well, business. I'm like a business artist. I do the painting, I do the music, I'm working on clothing stuff as well. Like I'm doing all these creative projects. Like that is me being an artist, is that I just do all of these different things and they're all creative outlets for me.
Yeah. And we just label things, don't we? And then we get like stuck with the labels. And
that's why I've never really been one for like titles. Like if somebody asks me like, what do you do? I'll stutter every time. I'm like, I just do a bunch of shit that makes money. Like, I don't know. I get paid to be me. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, I just can't have this conversation. Just follow me on the internet and you'll see. Like I can't explain it. And people will ask me like, can you look at my bio? Like, is this a good title for me? I'm like, I don't know. Is it a good title for you? Maybe. But is it going to be a good title for you next month, next week, like next year? I don't know. It might not. And I think that's the most freeing thing about using the title of artist, is that it can mean so many different things.
Yeah, it goes back to the like, introduce yourself again, doesn't it? And I have it whenever someone says like, what do you do, like at networking events or online, what do you do? Like where to start?
It's my most hated question. My most, like, if I ever have to go to events like with Richard for his work, and I have to meet people, I just dread it because I know the question's coming, and people say, "What do you do?" It's just like, well, I don't know what to say. Like, here's my card. Follow me on the internet. Like that's what I should just start doing. I should just have cards. Like, bring back business cards and just have your social media, because it's so hard to explain when you're like a multifaceted, multi-passionate person.
Yeah.
How do you explain what you do in a title or in like a one-liner? Like you can't. And I don't ever want to be caged into something either. So even if you look at my bio on social media, I'm always changing it because I'm constantly evolving and I'm constantly tapping into new parts of myself, and I want to express all of it. So I'm not going to put myself in a box like that.
No, it goes against everything that I believe as well. Like I think I change my bio like on a weekly basis because I get bored, and and I like to change and not have
keep people on their toes. Also, they're just like, what is she calling herself this week? Let's go see.
How do I feel? Well, this week I feel more psychic this week. Let's do that.
Yep. Yeah. I love that personally. I don't want to work with somebody who's just the same forever, like that. Just, it's like eating stale toast. I don't want that. I don't want that.
No, nobody wants that. We don't want that at all.
No.
Awesome. So the other thing I was going to ask you about was more about like, I want to use the word protection, like how you, I don't necessarily protect yourself in the industry that we're in, but how do you kind of keep those boundaries? And especially when you are changing and you're being raw and you're being the real you, when people come for you or when people are mean or they troll you, like how do you keep yourself like not necessarily protected from that, but not take it to heart?
Most of the time, what really helps me is to just talk shit back. That's usually my go-to. Like, depending on what they say, I will find something about them and I'll bring it right back to them. Like, my thing is always, if you're gonna pick on me, if you're gonna like say something mean about me, I hope you're fucking perfect. I hope everything in your life is perfect. I hope your mom and dad are alive. I hope everything's good, because I will be really mean back. And I don't want to be. I don't want to be, but I will. And so that's usually how I handle it. But sometimes I'm in more of a, I don't know, like a nonchalant, happy kind of mood. And I'm like, nobody can mess with me. And I will just like, if it's a comment, I'll delete it and I'll block them. Just whatever, like that's easy for me. But I will never say that I don't, like it doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Because everything bothers me. Every comment, every nasty comment, everything people say, it does affect me. It does make me sad. It does make me angry. It does make me all these things. And I used to try to not, like people are like, don't let it bother you. You know, it's not true. Like, I've just accepted the fact that I'm a human, unfortunately, and I feel things, and I'm just going to let myself feel it. I can know that something's not true and still be sad that the person said that it was true or assumed that it was true or whatever. And I just, I have to do something right away. So I'll either say something back or I'll delete the thing and block them. And then I do something immediately after that that's different to just kind of distract myself. And then I forget, because the truth is most of these people are nobodies and they're losers and they have nothing going on in their life, and that's why they're coming to you. So I just feel sorry for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's a nice way of looking at it, like if there is a nice way to look at it. But I think it's really good to know that it is okay to feel it, because we are human and it is shit when people, behave in certain ways. But it is on them.
Like people say don't let it affect you. I'll let it affect me for like 5 minutes and then it's gone. Like, just let it affect me, let me feel what I need to feel, and then I'm like, it's not going to stop me. That's what it's not going to do. It's not going to stop me. It'll affect me in the sense that I'm going to be sad or whatever, but it's not going to stop me. It's not going to slow me down.
Yeah. And that's, that's part of like your message. And I always like think of this, like when if I'm hesitating, I'm like, I remember Cassie saying, like, make big, bold moves, like make your move, make it bold. And you want to stand out. And I think because we spend so much of our lives trying to fit in, especially as kids and teenagers.
Yeah.
And now we're like, oh no, I don't want to fit in. I want to stand out because social media is noisy and I want people to find me. And then it's flipping that and being able to stand
it's
out.
hard to unlearn that. It really is. Like, it's really hard to unlearn that. And so that's why it's like I do have some compassion and understanding for people who are still kind of wearing a mask in that sense, because you've spent your entire life trying to fit in, trying to be accepted by people, and now you're being told, don't do that. do the opposite of that. It's going to take time for that to become normal, feel normal for you.
Yeah, it's fun to practice, and we can play with it, and you can make it fun as well.
And everybody's on their own timeline too. Like for me, I'm fully exposed, like legs spread, butt in the air. Like I'm right there. That's where I'm at this point. But I know that there's some people who are like, I'm just going to take off my sock. I'm just going to expose my foot, just one foot. That's cool. Just expose one foot then. You'll be ready for two soon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it takes time for everybody. Eventually your naked asshole will be on the internet.
Like now you can have a nipple for now, and then we'll see.
Just one though. Just
one. Yeah, not both. No, just one.
No.
Just one. We'll see how we feel. Yeah. I love that. Is there anyone on your journey, like since you've been in the online space, that you maybe had like a really good relationship with, and then it's kind of been tarnished, or you kind of lost that friendship with them that you wish hadn't gone that way?
In business or just in life?
In life.
Everybody, like almost everybody. As brutal as that is, I always had like a small circle of friends. So it's not like I lost a whole bunch of friends, but 3 really close friends. But it wasn't anything like something bad happened. It was just, we went our separate ways. I know with one person in particular, which was probably the hardest one for me because we were really close. She sent me an email one day, and the email said something like, oh, I noticed that a lot of times when we're together, you're asking me for my opinion on something or to like make you feel better about something or whatever, which is true. Like we had a lot of those heart to hearts. And she's like, and this is what I normally charge my clients. And she basically gave me an invoice. Okay. It's like, what's happening? Like everything was fake. Like it was the most, I remember sending that to Melanie in our one-on-one. I was like, am I reading this right? She's like, yeah, that's weird. She's like, you're reading that right. Like she's basically asking you to pay her to talk to her. I'm like, that's what you do, friends. Like it was so weird. And at first I was just like confused. Then I was shocked. Then I was offended. Then I was sad. And I realized with that particular relationship, I couldn't ever be friends with her again. Only because I would never know what's real and what is she like, oh, I'm gonna send her an invoice for this later. Like, you know what I mean? Like I knew I wouldn't be able to be my full self with her. So I cut that relationship off, and it was really sad and hard, but not everyone is gonna get it. I've also had friends who would just always want to hang out and expect me to foot the bill all the time. And they're like, it's fine, you make lots more than I do. Like things like that. And which is true. And I was happy to pay, but not when I was expected to always pay. And it just felt like a transactional kind of relationship. So a lot of times it was like that. I had family I wasn't really super close to anyway, but like some of my aunts and uncles and cousins, although this really started with the adult industry. When I was in the adult industry, they're like, don't talk to us. But then like the more I showed up online, and then the more I would have like features on like the news and things like that, and they would see it, and the more money I would make and they'd see that, like the less they wanted to do with me. And so eventually we just stopped talking to each other. Like we wouldn't do our like family holidays together and things like that. So yeah, it was sad because how do you get rid of someone out of your life that's been in your life for that long and who you were really close to? Like, it's just weird. It's so sad.
Yeah, I think it's something that a lot of people find challenging as well, like especially when it is family. Like, how do you cut them out when it's not serving you, or worse, you know, they're making you feel like shit for being you?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I had a couple of situations where it was like, oh, maybe they're just going through something. They're having a bad day or whatever. It's fine. But then it would be often, like pretty much every time I would be in the room with them, there would be, they would ask me something, but they would ask it in like a really condescending way or like a judgmental way. Or I would hear them talking about me like under their breath and it was like judgmental. And yeah, it became a really unhealthy situation.
Yeah, for sure. But that part of your life as well, like your start in like the adult industry, like that taught you fun, didn't it? And you
Loved
know,
it.
you had a great
I
experience.
loved it.
And then
and I know that not everybody does. I don't want to be like this, like glamorize the industry necessarily, but I would say that the way that the industry is portrayed primarily is so inaccurate, just from what I had seen. But my experience, luckily, was an incredible experience, and it did teach me so much about business, especially about having a personal brand. Like, it taught me so much, and I will forever be grateful for that experience that I was so lucky to live through. But I wish I could have my pictures back.
Oh, God damn it.
Mostly for my kids' sake, because I was like, I hope I don't ever get famous, because somebody would dig those up and my kids would end up seeing it and it would just be so humiliating and like awful for them. So that's my only regret, is I didn't like lock those down somehow. But that was my fault. That was not the industry or anybody else. That was me.
Yeah, and hopefully, you know, they're somewhere else. We're not even going to manifest them coming into circulation.
They're gone. They're burned. They're gone. Deleted.
Get them in a treasure chest somewhere. Wonderful, having a great time.
Right.
From that time in your life, like, what do you still use from that when it comes to like personal branding and stuff? It taught you a lot, but what do you still utilize from that experience?
Pretty much everything. I mean, the biggest thing that I learned was having a persona, but not like, I mean, in that industry, it is like a fake persona for the most part. But for me, it was like, you've got to have this character that you play. And so now in the coaching industry, my character is me, like actual me. But it's like, if I'm being the character of Cassie, like I have to show all sides of Cassie. Otherwise, it's not a fully developed character. It's like, if you think about a TV show, right? It's like, that character has been the same for the entire 7 seasons. Like, there's no interest there. So I've got to show all these sides of me, and I've got to continue to evolve as a person and show that evolution. It also helped me with confidence, like just letting people see who I am, because I was on camera all the time. So I had to let people see me and just know that not everybody's going to like me, but the right people will like me and the right people will stay. I learned about membership sites. That's actually where I had my very first membership site, was in that industry. So I learned about that and how incredibly valuable that they are and lucrative that they can be. I learned about visibility, connection, like actually connecting with other people inside of the industry, because you're going to get more visibility that way. I did lots of collaborations, as you can expect in that kind of an industry. So I had a lot of people that were joint like promoters and stuff of my work. So many things.
I love that. And you wouldn't necessarily think about like the connection of that to business, but it's huge, isn't it? And that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
it was interesting to me when I came into the coaching space and people were talking about memberships, like membership sites, as if they were this new thing. And I was like, but they're not. Like, they've been around for so long, and I'm glad that everybody and their mom has one now. But like, it's not a new thing. But I think this is going to send me on a different tangent, but I think the memberships need also an upgrade, because everybody has the same fucking membership doing the same thing. So we need to spice that up a little too. Side note.
Yeah, I get that as well. I'm closing mine this year because I'm done with that model, and yeah, something needs to change and we need something new. I don't know what that is
Yep.
yet, but
Yep.
it'll appear when it's ready. But
Yep.
yeah, it's too many, I think, at the moment that are around. But I've also just realized you were an artist back then as well, because you did stuff behind the camera as well, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, I did the photography and videography. So I would hire the models, I would shoot the models, I would negotiate contracts for the models, I would sell my materials to other people who would use them for their membership sites. Like, yeah, it was a lot.
You've always been an artist. It's always
I
been.
know. I know. I don't know why I never put two and two together because it would have saved me a lot of hassle.
Yeah, well, we get there in the end.
Yeah, that's true.
Is
I
there-
trust the timing of it.
Exactly. On that note, is there anything that you would do differently? Like if you were starting out right now in the coaching industry, is there anything that you would do differently from the off?
I want to say yes, but my real answer is no, because I wouldn't be as knowledgeable as I am, as wise as I am, had I not gone through the shitty things that I went through, or the things that maybe I wish I did do differently. Like if I did them differently, I wouldn't have learned the lessons and be where I am today. So I would say no. Would it be more comfortable? Yes. Would I have made money faster? Yes. Save my sanity? Yes. All these good things. But I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. Is there anything that you wish you could tell people, either about you or about the industry, or like a story that you would love to get off your chest that you wish people could know?
I have a lot of stories, but I would want to share one that I think is not just a story about me, because I'm not that full of myself, just a little. But about the industry, I mean, okay, so I can't name names because I have actually talked with my legal people about this and they said no, but they also said not yet, so maybe soon.
Oh.
But there is someone who is claiming to be making over $1 million a month. And I'm not saying she's lying, but the whole sales versus cash thing, you know. She is trying to own the industry, or I don't remember exactly what the words were, and is going around basically suing or trying to sue all of the big name coaches for using certain terms that she uses in her content that she's trademarking. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
Why?
Yeah, and it's the biggest thing with this too is like, I remember when I was first told about it, I didn't believe it because I know this person and I know that the experience that I had with them, they're a great person and they're super smart and they're brilliant and incredible and all these things that I could say. And it really makes me sad if it's as true as it appears to be. Because it just brings me back to high school of like the mean girl and the popular kids of like, this is art, you can't sit with us, you can't come here. Like it's that kind of energy, and it's so gross to me, and it makes me sad more than anything else. So I'm hoping, I've been kind of following it a little bit, trying to, and I'm hoping that it kind of dissipates and it doesn't become this big thing that I'm being told it's going to. Because if it does, it's gonna upset a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, which isn't cool. Yeah, let's hope that it's not what it appears to be.
Yes.
That's something that I really love about your containers as well, is like there is this perception of like mean girls in the industry, and I think that's part of the fear a lot of people have when they go into like containers and things. But the women that you have in your containers, like there's none of that at all. Like I've met some awesome.
I won't let it be. And it's happened. There have been situations and I kick them out. Like, unless they've been in my world for a while, then I'll have like a one-off conversation. But if they're new to my world, I don't even let them explain themselves. I'm just like, bye, get out. Like, here's the door.
You've been removed.
I don't like it, and I don't think it's necessary. And the funny thing is that people call me a mean girl. And so I get a little like nervous sometimes when I post things, because as I'm sure you've seen, like, I've posted some things that are pretty aggressive, let's just say, right? But I'm never calling out a specific person unless they call me out first, then it's fair game.
Yeah.
But I never do anything like that ever. I will just say something, and it's an opinion. Like, I'll say something like, most of you bitches are fucking boring as hell, and you make this industry so bland. Like, I'll say something like that, and that is my truth. That is what I believe, and that's how I feel. But I'm not like, and it's you, Jennifer. Like, it's you, like, whoever Jennifer is, I don't know. Like, it's just like, I'm
Sorry,
never
Jennifer.
gonna do that. Yeah, like, and I would never do it inside of a container as well. Like, somebody's asking for coaching or somebody's sharing something, I would never be like intentionally mean to them. Sometimes if it's a client and I'm giving them coaching, sometimes it'll be like a tough love kind of coaching.
Yeah.
But I'm not trying to be mean. So I'll usually say something like, okay, I'm not trying to be mean. This is me like giving you some tough love because I believe it's what you need in this moment. Feel free to disregard or feel free to come back later if you're not in the headspace to listen to that. Because I know sometimes people just like, right now I'm going through something and I need more like soft coaching. I can't handle somebody giving me tough love right now. Okay, no problem. Just let me know that, and I will respect that. But most of the time, that's just who I am. I'm a tough love kind of person. I don't walk on eggshells. I want you to get results fast. And sometimes that means I have to call you out on your bullshit because you're doing shit again that's stopping you from getting those results quicker. So that's just me. And I think if people really want to work with me, they have to be okay with that, because I really can't filter that. It's really hard for me to filter that.
Yeah. And also, like, that's why people will hire you, and people hire coaches who aren't just going to agree with them, because otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get someone to say, yeah, it's going to be okay. And that's not going to allow you to progress. So,
yeah, which is why you don't use ChatGPT as your coach either. Okay, everybody?
Very agreeable. Very agreeable.
ChatGPT, you'll be like, I would like to burn down my house. That's a good idea, right? That is a wonderful idea. Let me get the gasoline for you.
Like, let me help you. Let me get you the local numbers. Yeah, no. Funny. I have a final question for you. So every guest on the podcast leaves a question for another guest, as inspired by Stephen Bartlett's podcast as well. So I'm going to grab a question for you. So what part of you have you spent the most time trying to fix that might never have needed fixing at all?
Ooh. My mouth, probably. That's probably it. Like, oh, don't say that. Oh, don't say it like that. Change this. Don't take out those like 17 fucks in that sentence. Like that's probably it, honestly. Yeah, it's trying to like tone down my mouth, when really, especially now that I have not done that, it has made me so much happier. It's made my clients, the right people, happier. It's brought new ideal people into my world. It's made me more money. It's made me more successful. Like, I didn't need to try to mess with it.
Yeah. I think that's a brilliant like mantra to live by. Like, don't filter, because you are going to be more successful. I think we have the opposite fear that if we say what we want to say,
I think it's like people are like, well, I'll say this thing and it's going to offend somebody and they'll unfollow me. That's probably the truth. You will do that, but you're going to do that anyway. You could say the thing that is like sugar coated, and somebody who needs tough love is going to be like, well, I can't follow this person. It's all like rainbows and fairies and like, I can't, like, if you're going to have people not like you or unfollow you or whatever, if that's going to happen regardless, you might as well just be yourself. Because I can tell you, it's way easier to be yourself than to be this like filtered version of yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I've loved this conversation. This has been
Me too.
wonderful and so fun to speak to you in this format as well. Is there anything that we have not touched on that you would love to share with the listeners?
I think we've covered a lot. My ultimate message, if it's not clear by now, my ultimate message is to go get naked on the internet today. Go bury yourself and let everyone really see who you are. Like, you can actually be naked if you want to, but be careful. But just like, let people really see you. Go share something. Go share a vulnerable story that you never shared before. Or go, tell somebody, or like tell your audience a secret you've been keeping because you're afraid of judgment, or like, just go expose yourself a little bit more today. And I'm willing to bet that you're going to be surprised at how well people actually take it, and how like untraumatized that they are, that you think that they will be. Like, if I share this, they're gonna hate me. People will be like, oh my gosh, this is so true. I feel this too. I can't believe you shared this. This is amazing. Or thank you for sharing. Thank you for being you. It means a lot that you've like let us in this way. Like, people tend to respect you a lot more when you're just honest. Just be you.
I agree entirely. Thank you so much. For anyone who is not in your world, where is the best place for people to find you and connect with you?
I would say probably Instagram. So it's Cassie Howard Biz at Instagram. Facebook is like my lover. I love Facebook so much. So that's a good place too. But I think my name is different on there. I think it's like Cassie Howard 123 or something. I think Cassie Howard Biz was taken by who, I don't know.
Who? How dare
Who
they?
did that?
Also, we'll put the links in the show notes as well for people. But yeah, just so people can connect to you and reach out. We will make sure that they can do that. But thank you once again. This has been awesome and wonderful to speak with you. And yeah, I look forward to the musical side of Cassie.
Hold me to it, okay?
So I will. I'll be like, I want to be serenaded.
I look forward to it.
I love it. And to our beautiful listeners, we will see you on the next episode.